Okay, guys, we are live again. For those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly, what am I going to be? Your friendly Night Below Master? Underdark Master? I don't know. We'll have to come up with something for this, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing... Wait a minute, what's on the screen here? Well, it seems we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Carl Sargent's classic. Everyone have a drink. Night Below Mega Adventure. But tonight, we are turning our eyes on the Paizo Publishing's outstanding Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign. Second Edition Fantasy RPG. And with me today are the stars of the Night Below campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got Andrew.
Hi, everybody. I'm Andrew, and I'm playing Shook 2 Gem Finder once again, a Deep Gnome Ranger.
Nice. Next up is Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Chael. He is a elf cleric of Corlon.
Very nice. Next up is John.
Hey everyone, I'm John, and I'm playing Dorman Kettleborn. He is your lovable, rotund gnome illusionist / rogue.
Nice. Next up is Jeffrey.
Everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Kalador. He is an elven fighter thief, basically.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is George.
Hey everybody, I'm George. I'm playing Knox, the Unexpected, who is a human invoker with a warrior background.
Very nice. So when you may notice, for one thing, we last time we streamed on a Wednesday, we were playing our Savage Star Wars campaign. After the break, we had a talk. We talked, and or during my vacation. For those who may be joining us not live but at another time, I just returned from a 2-week vacation, and during that time, I did some thinking about what we want to do with the last, or what to propose to do for the remaining months of the year. And we have spent, at this time, it'll be about 3 months we've spent away from this campaign playing some Star Wars, and it has been a shit ton of fun. That game, the Savage Star Wars set of rules, the house rules made by a really creative guy named Christopher Ivey, were terrific for that time. But we were realizing that I was running that like an ongoing campaign as opposed to a short adventure, and we would never have gotten back to that this year. It was likely that was going to carry on. So rather than trying to force it towards a natural conclusion, we're going to pause on that. We will return to those characters at some point next year, likely, but we are returning to our regular scheduled game of with our regular heroes that we have had for 3 years now with the Night Below. Dave's not here right now, right? Okay, yeah, 3 years now. We also, you may notice that we have a different game listed here too. One of the things we are going to be doing in the coming weeks and months is that we are going to be continuing to play, but we are going to be trying out some different games. We have been playing this for the past year with Castles and Crusades. Originally, we started this campaign with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd Edition. We're going to be trying, like I said, a couple of different games. Pathfinder is one of them, and I will be, for those who may be following the game, I'm separating the, there's going to be one playlist for all of the campaign, so you're going to be able to follow it seamlessly from the beginning of the campaign up to session, whatever we get to. But I also have separate channels for the different games as well too. So there has been a separate playlist for Castles and Crusades. So if you want to go watch just those, there's one for that. I'm also doing one for this, and we will be doing that for any other games that we are trying out. The versions of the characters that we're going to be playing are going to be close cognates, but each game has its own unique things. So certain, like, there is no multi-classing in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the way that we would recognize it from Advanced Dungeons and Dragons or from Castles and Crusades. So characters are going to be a little different, but the story will remain the same, and the characters are going to be as true in their essence as they can be. We just like playing different games. At the long and the short of it, this isn't a slight against Castles and Crusades. We just felt like it was time for a change, to try some new things, and keep the story moving forward in our Night Below campaign. So that is what is planned for going forward. That isn't because I, expect all the characters to die and we're going to have a bunch of new characters, that we're generating right away. Notwithstanding that we did just lose one of our heroes 2 sessions ago. So we nearly lost Chael before that, and we've already nearly lost Knox. So rough times all around. So another thing I'll mention is that at present, we are all the characters are at 3rd level in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. For the time we're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the characters will be leveling back up to where they were, but because the characters are new and the game is new for some people, or at least new enough that throwing 8th level characters at the players would be a big meal to swallow for a 2-hour weekly game, then we're going to start at 3rd, and then every couple of weeks we're going to see the characters go up, so you will see that happen too. Pathfinder 2, however, is very easily dialed up, dialed down in difficulty, so you will not notice any different in the story. Anything to add, guys, before we start doing our recap? Other than I missed you guys. So.
Yeah, we all did too. I would just point out that what I think is really kind of fun with what you're going to do by dividing them up into the systems that we're playing through this campaign with is that you can kind of get a sense of the flavor of each of those systems and how they affect the game setting. Since we're playing the same game setting and we are all the same players and we have a style that we always tend to play, it's interesting to see how each system kind of modifies that in different ways. So I've been having a lot of fun switching around with systems, and I've liked all of them and been enjoying all of them, and would play all of them again.
And not only I think what we'll manage to do over the course of this campaign is see every version of Owlbear that there is to offer by the open game license. So
I think that's the true objective of this whole endeavor.
It really is. All right, so here, let's go. I'm going to bring you guys to some tokens here for no reason. No reason whatsoever. Anything else anyone else wishes to say before we get to the recap? Nada. Then, let's talk about what happened last time. Those 3 months ago when we last played this. What do you guys recall? And we can go in broad strokes to bring us up to where we are now. So I'll start you off by saying that you guys did at one point venture down into the Underdark. And let me I can bring you over to, I believe that we have here. Why don't we talk about the old Herrenshire map?
Yeah.
Who are the, uh-oh. Guys, there's a statue in here. Why do we have a token for a statue? All right, guys.
The most important thing to know is that we do have a tavern called the Silver Bullet.
Yes.
That is the core of the whole campaign.
So, you guys had ventured out from Paul Frey's Keep on a mission. Do you remember what the mission was? Let's talk about what your end goal is for this whole expedition, besides actually making it to the night below.
Heading into the Thornwood to liberate a captured, infested fort of orcs.
Yep, that is correct. That would be Broken Spire Keep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you guys ran into some pretty interesting orcs in the course of your journey through the Thornwood. What do you remember about that? As more to the point, what do you recall about the change that has happened with the orcs in Broken Spire Keep from when you ventured there last time?
They had a bunch of undead?
Yes.
Yeah, they're a lot more dead than they were last time.
Yeah.
Flying giant bats and throwing flaming things at us.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the orcish translation for under new management?
Yes, master.
So,
exactly.
On one of the nights when you guys were on watch in the Thornwood, when you were figuring out how to assault this, I can't remember if you were moving towards the old dwarven mine that you had previously encountered, that spider-filled place where Knox found his cursed book. But you guys did come across a fissure in the earth and made your way down and did not look back. In the course of your journeys, you found many wild and wonderful creatures and things.
Including Shuck 2.
including Shuck2. And that was after where is it here? What did I call that thing?
The Roper Beholder.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
God.
The tyrant?
Oh, the Stalag Tyrant.
Tyrant. Yes.
Yeah.
Tyrant.
Yep. Pretty. We unfortunately had to bid farewell to one of our stalwart heroes, who was turned to stone by the Stalag Tyrant. But where there was a loss, there was also an addition with Shuck2 Gemfinder joining the party along with his companion Beetlebait. There is let's see here. What do you guys remember that Beetlebait, that again, I'm giving credit to the fucking animal instead of...
Shuckter's just a puppet on top of me.
I just carry this guy around.
It's actually this
I'm
weird
looking for
spore growth on the back of Beetlebait, and Beetlebait's actually the What do you guys recall about your what do you call it? Your adventures in the Underdark since meeting up with Shuck2?
Well, one thing that first happened was that after kind of parlaying with Shuck2, because he was new to us and we were new to him, was that he did ultimately agree to help us find the spire by going underground.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. And Andrew, you can feel free to add anything to that from your point of view.
I mean, we navigated using a really interesting kind of navigation system that was a lot to keep track of, but it was cool that we had to keep track of the dimensions and which way we were going and how. But we did eventually find our way to that giant lava pit, the bottom of the back entrance to the spire.
Yeah.
Where Kalador found a shield that has proven useful.
Yeah.
Let's not undersell the vault full of molten electrum too.
Yeah, that we want to come back for.
Yeah. We'll have to figure out how to do that, because it's just too much to not do something about.
Yeah.
We tried a couple times to climb up this cliff face, because this was no one's expecting us to come in this way. A couple failed attempts because they sent some scouts or assassins after us in the middle of the night. Managed to survive those, and then decided, fuck it, we're going up again. So we go. And I think there were 3 or 4 levels of this of orc occupation up there.
Yep.
One level there was a ritual. Chael had been taken. And there was a ritual being done to him. We managed to stop that and fought a really big monstrosity, Franken orc.
Oh yeah, he was fantastic.
Well, that was your perspective.
Where is that beauty? Let's see. Oh, we lost John. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, if you zoom out too fast, you're gone.
Yeah, he flew off the planet. You got to be careful with that shit.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Andrew. What were you saying?
No, I was pausing because I thought we were bringing up the.
Oh, I'm trying to find
the orc
here.
thing. But we survived that fight,
guys. There's an awful lot of handouts in this campaign.
Oh yeah,
someone has. I don't know who named these things, but some of these don't make any sense whatsoever.
I go back into the game after everybody else leaves, and I change the names of all of the
Yeah, a lot of the stuff.
Actually, during that same fight, we were fighting a lot of undead orc too.
Yes, and I also got carried away.
Yeah, because then I remembered we left, to recoup. That's when the assassins came after us, actually. So I'm getting my stories all backwards. And then we came back to find the room that we had been in vacant.
Yeah.
And almost certainly a trap. So we didn't go there. We went up we went up to the very top, the 4th level, where there was another garrison of orc troops, but one of the levels, I forget which, but not the top one, it was very clear that this is like dwelling and living quarters. Like there are like non-combatant civilian type of orcs, like kids, in this on one of the levels too. So we started at the top, got into some more fights, and through the course of one of which, I'm starting to blank, but this is where we lost our friend Droon in one of these, either at the top level or the level right below it. I forget which we were on. But
Droon's loss was a confluence of incredible bad luck and bad timing and bad rolls.
Got a front row seat.
Yeah, John had a front row seat, or Dorman did. You want to fill in what we were missing?
Poor Dorman.
Yeah, he was surrounded by undead orcs trying to rip him apart, and I was just invisible. But one of the enemy spellcasters tossed up an ice wall right where I was standing, so I critically fumbled my dodging, so I got encased in the ice wall. And I was intending to heal him before he took lethal damage.
Yeah. And didn't he roll a nat 1 on his save?
He did.
Yeah. Yeah. So we.
But I did raise a specter of him from an illusion and scared all of them off to get us a break to get away.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was rough.
It was tough.
Luckily, despite my Knox being carried off by to partake in this ritual, he came back and they just let him go at some point. Seems strange, but wait a minute, no, hold on a second, that's not what happened. He was brought back to life by Thurston and immediately became a level 7 cleric of Thurston in addition to his
Wait, what?
What?
You missed a lot.
As a wizard. It's fine though, it's totally fine.
It's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine.
I did so far use some healing magic, so that was nice. Yeah, but I do have fiery eyes now, and like my right forearm is kind of like cracked stone.
Stone-like,
like with my kind of holy symbol within it. But I did heal Kalador, so that felt good.
I love.
And in fact, Kalador saved me. Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah. So that all happened, I believe, before the second assault, and then in the second assault is when we Droon unfortunately fell in the midst of a battle, and Dave retroactively added that he had left a will on him to instruct what was to happen with his gear. But
I think I interred him in a wall with my flicker cloak so we could keep his body out of their hands.
Yeah. And there was a small bit of, I guess, not good news necessarily, but like there was a positive development that did come from that whole encounter. Though, do you guys remember what that was?
Loss of Droon is just.
I was not there when Droon perished. Unfortunately, that was a session that I missed.
No, so it was after the session afterwards, while you guys were getting ready to retreat, you noticed that there was a captive who herself was trying to flee.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
That was Dave's new character.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
It has been 3 months, and I believe she's only been played once or twice.
Yeah.
I mean, my last notes are from March.
Alicia, yeah.
Alicia,
Who is a, let's see here, Paladin of St. Cuthbert.
Right.
Cuthbert the Cudgel. And here we go, guys. She's also a contemporary and ally of your two paladin friends. This is something that James found and sent to me. It's a little cheat sheet for
Yeah, that's
for
awesome.
PF2. Mm-hmm. So,
Bring that over.
anything else that you guys have to add to our?
We decided to retreat after we found Alicia, and went down the again down the long tube to the molten thing below, and well, Dorman ended up almost falling to his death
Yeah,
because of his cursed featherfall ring that he didn't know was cursed.
I'm pretty sure it's been cursed for like 7 months of game
Yes,
time.
and I didn't know.
Like,
Oh, Kevin was very, very deliciously excited, practically salivating at your choice to use this ring because he was like, "Oh, it's finally gonna happen."
But I
most
Stole
of the
my life
curse
back
things,
by-
like they happen pretty quickly, right? Like the
Yes.
most delayed gratification I got from a curse item up to that point was that cursed sword that you guys got and decided to give as a gift.
Yeah,
I really appreciated that maneuver that we
yeah,
did
that
there.
was great.
after
That was kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Dorman managed not to die, we made our way down, and I think Dorman covered the bottom of the cavern with a huge illusion so we could rest and keep the assassins from following us.
Do you remember what the illusion was?
It was raising the lava up to cover the bottom, like it was not erupting but swelling.
Correct.
Yeah.
We say it was turgid.
Yes.
Then what? I think the last session we played was session 178, and in that one there was a lot of talk about what to do, and there's a lot of talk about going back to the surface and going back. Shuktu had some specific insight though on that. Like particularly,
hold on.
for one thing, Shuktu would not introduce you to his parents.
That's true. He
Red
did not.
flag. It's red flag.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
the first clue. This might not be going well relationship wise.
Knox is trying to talk him into a prenup.
Well, I wanted him to convert, and he just would refuse. And I
Yeah.
told him my parents won't come if he doesn't convert because we have to
Yeah.
have it in the Temple of Thurston.
Yeah, and then you
Oh.
started those disparaging remarks about my parenting methods with my companion animal, and I was like, no, I'm not having this. No.
That's true. I will cop to that. That is a good point.
One of my buddies from law school, Andrew, practices family law, and he's been like trying to find time because he's got 3 kids and running a practice. So he's very fucking busy, but trying to find time to come back. Had he been here for this session, those 2 jokes would have driven him away. Because he's like, too close.
Well, don't show him this episode then.
So then, what do you guys recall as the decision that you made as to what to do next?
I feel like we decided to climb again for some reason, but
I remember, we were trying to decide, like, we thought about, we were really hoping that there was like another, we could exit and find and just walk, like double back and take the fortress a different way. Shuktu was very sure that he's unaware of any other underground way to get to the spire. This is the way. Leaving, I think we determined that leaving
pay, Disney for that.
Huh?
You said this is the way.
Oh, yeah, but we're not playing that game right now.
That's true.
But yeah, so we I think we determined that it was an agonizing choice, but I think we determined that leaving to go back to the surface to try to find to take the fortress that way was just not going to work either. Again, like, you know, you guys had already tried the only surface route in that had any secrecy to it whatsoever. They're not going to fall for that one again. So the only way is a full-on frontal assault, which is not going to go well for us. So like essentially this back door to the spire, we've kind of determined is we've got to find a way to make this work. One thing I am recalling distinctly, part of that discussion had been, okay, well, how much resistance can we anticipate at this point? We have now gone up and attacked 2 different times, but I think Kevin was the one who actually pointed this out to help us kind of try to make a decision. Is through those encounters we had taken out not 1 but 2 of their magic users who had been raising the undead, or sorry, raising orcs as undead. I believe. If I am incorrect in that in that memory, please correct me. But I believe that was the case, and this was pointed out to us, suggesting, and we had killed those assassins that came after us. So the thought process, I think, had been that we may actually be whittling them down. There can only be so many orcs up in that fortress.
It's called the Zap Brannigan technique. Keep throwing player characters at them until their barrels are clogged.
Yeah, I think that's where we were at, and I think that was some of the logic that played into that decision. I would have to go and rewatch the episode, which I probably should have done.
No, I think that's an apt summary of what has happened. So let's join our heroes around a campfire. So it has been a while since you guys have been at the Yield campfire. Shark 2, also, what Beetlebait has, I'll update the, depending on what game we're going to play next week. So I'll have, whenever we play PF2 again, you'll for sure have an updated version of Beetlebait. But Beetlebait has a climb speed of 25 and a land speed of 25. So, which is actually slower than Shuck 2, because Shuck 2's got a speed of 30. He's fleet feet. Let's assume that you guys have made the decision to go. I know you guys had made your way out of those caves with all those crystal vermin in them. But I don't remember whether you made any progress away from, like, far away from there, or whether you got out of there and then you kind of hunkered down and started talking about what to do. Do you guys remember one way or the other?
It was right at the last. We did go back through those. We went through the crystal caves, and I think we sat right at the edge of the bottom room, and that's when we made that decision of, well, shit. Actually, we got to go all the way back through again.
Sorry, guys. I forgot my keys.
Yeah.
That's right. We did backtrack all the way through those crystals, and then we were like, "This sucks." Let's go back up.
So let's you know what? Let's not go here then. Let me bring you guys over to there.
I forgot we walked all the way through there.
That was great stuff, because we were doing that real-time movement, dude.
Yeah, it was so funny. Yeah,
that's great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. So let's and I will as well give you guys access to the compendium between now and next session too. So I did not do that before we started. Let me also, I'm going to cut down everyone's names on these tokens, because they are those.
Oh yeah, that's a huge name.
That's a big name underneath there.
It's one of them crazy elvish words.
Oh yeah, and like you're not applying for a library card here, so that we don't need to.
License and registration, please.
Exactly. The D&D of me.
Is a unmodified sword +1.
Here we go. All right, so I think I've got, everyone's name is at a manageable. Kalador is like Cher, so his name is already a manageable size.
Yeah.
So what? I'm not. Don't freak out. There we go.
Well,
Oh.
Cal is his short
There we
name.
go. His name is actually about 16 pages long,
Yeah.
like a German paragraph. That joke is for one of you.
Yeah.
Right. We know who it is.
Yeah. If I could I only tie coffee into that joke. I don't know. Oh, actually, fuck, Andrew, I need to. I'm going to send you an email with some questions about East Berlin in the 70s. Because I have some. Our session on Friday is set in like 1975 in Berlin, and I want to know what. I found pictures of where American GIs lived, like the Berlin Brigade were actually stationed in it, and I want to understand what their social life was like. I don't know if you have any insight into that, but it's. I imagine you would have a better idea where I could look than my blind internet searches have done thus far. So
I could probably do a slightly less blind internet search.
there we go. Yeah, actually, I'm
yeah.
interested, and I like it's. I found a photo of like a GI's locker who was a prisoner or a guard at Spandau Prison, and it has like his dress uniform, his regular uniform, his nightlife clothes or city clothes as well. So that tells me these guys are getting out and able to do fun stuff in Berlin, in addition to doing the like having to be on base and whatnot.
This is for our Saturday game?
Saturday, yeah.
Not Friday, yeah. Okay.
Not Friday, Saturday. Did I say
Yeah.
Friday?
I thought
Yeah.
you did, and I was confused.
But
I'm like, what are we playing on Friday?
Yeah.
So
Then you kept talking. I'm like, oh, Saturday.
Saturday's the charity session, yeah. All right. So then, guys, why doesn't everyone give us a perception check,
Oh no.
please?
I love that this is the first roll we're doing.
Yeah, get used to it. Oh, anyway.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
14? Yeah, that ain't good.
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, Cal says, hold my beer. So you guys are, and again, there is there's not really sound so much in here, but I imagine that any noise that is made, it would have that weird crystalline, echoing in it, and they would almost hum with it. So maybe it's almost like a cave-induced tinnitus. And that might be what's distracting Cal and Shale and even Shuck2 for that matter. Now, you guys do each have a hero point if you want to re-roll. And you want to flush their hero points down.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Anybody want to flush their hero down the toilet?
No, so here I will tell you is that Knox, and perhaps even Knox, this might even be, and Dorman, this might even be something that relates to your connection, Knox, to the natural or primal environment. You can hear an odd, it's almost like the sound of shifting ice, that cracking or freezing. When something gets very cold very fast, each of you has, if you don't have them in your repertoire, you are certainly aware that there are spells and have been exposed to spells that can make things very cold very fast. There's a kind of sound to it. What you can hear echoing down is something like that, and both of you can tell it's echoing through the corridors. Both of you can tell it is getting closer. What do you do?
Turning, we should warn the others.
Yep. I think maybe you and I kind of are looking around and then like catch each other's eyes. Like, did you hear that?
Yeah.
And then we kind of nod our heads and then we're like, hey, everybody. Something. You hear that? It's the sound of some kind of ice magic heading our way.
Oh, that does not sound good.
Mhm.
Which way?
We tried, yes, that's exactly what I was wondering. Can we try to pinpoint? I know it's very echoey in here, so it may be impossible, but can we get a sense of it's coming from up, down, left, right, or
I
any
believe
sense?
you think it is in the direction, excuse me, right up this way. the longest route that kind of led up towards here. Do I have the map at hand? I think I do. It is buried under cult.
Well,
Well, you know I can't do that kind of justice, but that does seem to be is straight up above you. It seems to be crackling, and it sounds like it is coming. Now, everyone other than so Chael and Cal, unfortunately, you guys are still distracted enough from this. Anyone who rolled higher than 15, so Shuck 2, Knox, and Dorman, you can hear a word coming. And for Dorman, Knox, and Shuck2, do any of you guys speak? I actually didn't update the PF2 sheets yet, but do any of you guys speak Elvish?
I believe in the previous game I did.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll double check.
I do not. No.
No? Okay.
I speak. Yeah.
Let me just. There it is.
There we go. I can translate what that is. So Dorman has it. Justified. Will have a drink.
No, yes, he took another book.
Grab another book. What has been kind of moaned out
Yes, I did have
and twisted, Dorman. Sorry, who does also?
That was just confirming I did, yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay. The word they spoke was, where is it? You know, it's great that they put this stuff in Elvish alphabetical, but not in the other. It means,
Yes.
it is a little challenging when you got a word in mind and you want to find it.
That'll give you something else to do in your free time. Learn Elvish, Kevin.
Heck yeah. I found it. What has been it is Thariel, which roughly translates, Dorman, to vigilant hunter in Elvish.
Weird.
I look over at Chael, I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean anything special to you?
Chael, you can give us a society check if you like.
Society.
Yeah.
There it is. And I just click on the name of the skill still, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
And it should, and I can't remember if it isn't prompting for modifiers. I can change that afterwards.
It is asking for bonus to roll.
Oh, sweet, nice. Okay, yeah.
I rolled wonderful.
We have 6 minutes left in the session. Would you like to hero point then?
My one hero point there. And you would think I would get a bonus because I'm an elf, but hey. Society, right?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Society. Let's roll it again. Come on.
You go.
Just call me Jeff. Hi, my name's Jeff.
Shots fired. You may have missed that roll. That's a critical hit on your fellow player.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
We
All
played
right.
this game on Saturdays.
So I think you look perplexed at Dorman, like you can't place what that might mean, but whatever they assure you that whatever it is coming. And I guess we'll have to see what it is in 1 week's time. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our return to the Night Below campaign. My apologies for the very short session today. We did spend a great deal of time. For one, we haven't seen each other in quite a while, so we did spend part of the session just getting caught up. Then in addition, we wanted to talk through what our plans were for the coming 5 months, I guess. 5 months of the went the wrong way. There we go.
And anyone who's watched our games knows how much time we waste planning.
That's right.
So again, just to recap for those who may have missed the earlier part of the session, what we're going to be doing from now to the end of the year is that we will be trying out a couple of different systems, continuing to play the ongoing campaign with this. We're playing, we have Pathfinder 2 lined up, and we have at least one other game as well that we're going to try, but we'll reveal that at the, once we're ready to actually play it. But as is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to this campaign, to all the different versions of the games that we've used for this Castles and Crusades, for AD&D 2nd Edition, Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So you're more than welcome to join us over there. There's also a ton of other great channels with some terrific people. There's a wonderful community of helpful and friendly and knowledgeable people who are more than happy to answer any questions you might have, or if you just want to hang out and bullshit about anything. There's also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That's the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really amazing organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and surrounding countries. All donations through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to benefit the services, the children who benefit from the services of SOS Children's Villages International. And if you have donated $10 or more since June 1st, 2023, we will be playing the next part of our year-long Year of Ill Omens campaign on Saturday, but there are still 2 other sessions that you will be able to vote on. If you donated $10 or more since that time, you'll be able to vote on the different elements of our charity session, including the era they play in, the specific region, or the location of it, the game we play, and the types of heroes we're playing. The donors have selected the, they've selected, we're using Acton Cthulhu, a modified version to play regular everyday soldiers serving in Berlin in the 1970s. And they are drawn into a scheme or plot much bigger than any of them that is related to the first 3 sessions that we have played. So a big thanks to the donors who have voted on that stuff to get us to this campaign. We will be having the voting in about probably 3 weeks' time for the next leg of the campaign. 2 more sessions remain for you to vote on if you have donated since June 1st. In addition, at the end of the year, we'll be doing our usual charity raffle, and we'll have more information about that as we get closer to that. But if you donate $25 or more through the Hero Save Villages campaign, you get 1 chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next charity raffle. In addition, there is... there's one more thing I need to do. That is to give a huge thank you to our stalwart players. So, Andrew, Will, John, Jeffrey, and George. Not quite as alliterative as the Kingmaker campaign, but less challenging for me to get my tongue around. Thank you so much for playing. Guys, this is it's been great talking about getting back to this campaign. I look forward to seeing what horrible things you guys intend to do to the orcs, which I'm sure is what's going to happen, and not that they're going to do terrible things to you. I mean, that
Yeah.
When has that ever happened? Come on. And then we will be back in the night below in 1 week's time. But until then, we hope that we gave you 45 minutes or so to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and see what troubles our heroes have gone through and what they will be doing in future in the night below. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.